You recording?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to this thing we're doing. I'm Sarah Hazen Bask. With me, as always, is my co-host.
Caden.
This is not a commentary. Wow, that's new. What is this?
Podcast?
Of who? Who are we? Who are you?
What?
'Cause we can!
Oh,
That's who we are.
you clipped the audio.
'Cause we can podcast. Welcome to 'Cause we can. We'll fix it in post.
Or we won't, and that'll just be in there.
Yeah.
Why don't I just start over?
No, this is fine.
Okay. I have to remember to edit it.
Yeah. So, here's some news. Some movie news. Or some moose.
No!
Here's some moose. Danny Trejo is set to star in a Will Smith produced comedy on ABC.
Okay. Who's that?
You don't know who Danny Trejo is?
No. I don't know anybody's real name. I just know what characters they are.
He's Machete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Like,
sense.
really
Comedy?
manly dude.
Yeah.
He can be funny. He was in what was it? Muppets Most Wanted.
Really?
Yeah, as himself,
Oh, nice.
but as a convict. It was great. He said something else like, "Shut up, Danny Trejo." Oh, that's actually his name. Okay, yeah. But what do you think of Will Smith producing it?
I don't know.
You do know who Will Smith is.
I do know
Okay.
who Will Smith is.
You do know about the guy who was West Philadelphia born and raised.
Yes, I know. I don't know. Does he produce a lot of movies?
Some stuff, mostly stuff he's in.
Is
know
he
if
not
he'll be
in this one, is
I
he?
don't think so.
Or else they would have said that.
Yeah, but do you think that'll mean it'll probably be same vein as Fresh Prince, or considering that was the last sitcom Will Smith was attached to?
The last comedy?
Sitcom?
The
TV
TV
show?
comedy.
Remy, get out of there!
Maybe?
Hang on.
Bye.
Oh, this is wide open, that's why. Oh, I still have resumes in there, okay. That's good to know. Hi, I'm back. So yeah. What are your thoughts?
I don't know anything about it. But
You
from the
think-
sound of it, that's something to look out for.
Cool.
Like, I don't know, like, it's piqued my interest to know more about it, but I'm like,
Yeah. Remy, what are you doing?
The dog's just running laps on the sofa.
What the heck?
Remy,
And now
quiet.
he's digging into the sofa.
Yeah, she's digging. Stop it, Remy. Calm down. Anyway.
So Venom bested A Star Is Born at the box office with 30 million this week, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think more people would want to see Venom than that one.
A Star Is Born?
Yeah.
I've
Considering
heard
we
things
didn't
about
talk about going to see it.
Yeah. Well, it's also more drama
Yeah.
as opposed to blockbuster.
Yeah.
But it's interesting considering Venom is like it's not doing well critically,
No?
but it's doing really good commercially, but the critics, it's like at 30% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Do you know Jeff Bridges?
No.
Oh.
What character is he?
The Big Lebowski?
No, I don't
He
know.
was the bad guy in the first Iron Man.
Oh, like the bald guy?
Yeah.
Jebediah?
Jebediah.
Yeah, him. Okay.
Yeah. He's in the 80s, he starred in a movie called Starman,
Okay.
and he wants a Starman reunion. The article went further and said he wanted it like on a podcast that he was a part of.
Interesting.
But when I read that read that headline, it made me think, oh, a sequel? But maybe that's not what they're trying for.
No, probably just like a meetup of the people.
Did you find any news this week?
No.
Okay. Here's some Star Wars news off the top of my head. Resistance premiered this weekend.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm waiting to watch it because I'm going through all the canon.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting till I get to that area in the Star Wars timeline. Right now I'm in the stuff between A New Hope and Empire. It just finished all the comics, mostly. All the comics that are out right now. Like, at that area, like the main Star Wars line, I mean. And I am just reading a couple chapters of a couple books that are taking place there.
Nice.
Then I'll be on Empire.
I've never read a Star Wars comic or book.
Oh, you better change that.
Or I
You
won't.
own a bunch.
I do own a bunch. I did not buy them, but they are in my house. Where are they? Are they there?
Darth Plagueis. Yeah, they're behind you. I see the Darth Plagueis book.
Yeah.
And the Sith book beside that.
I have books. I have never read them.
You had a Darth Bane book once.
I did.
Huh. Just disappeared?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gone now. Who knows? Yeah. It'll turn up. Or
also, the Manderlorian, the
that
John
sounds cool.
Yeah, the Jon Favreau TV show, they released an image. Did you see that?
No.
Uh
You're holding out on me.
Hang on, let me grab my phone. Phone time.
You know, I could have opened it up on this computer.
Computers are for wimps.
All right.
My God, I just plugged in my phone and it's already at 23%.
Nice.
It's like great. Okay.
Where was that when we were stranded?
The Manderlorian. Here we go.
I have seen that image actually.
Yeah, I told you.
I think you showed me before.
Yeah, I thought so. But
you were
like,
watching
no,
stuff on the
TV
TV about the Mandalorian, and I'm like, that would be cool. Thinking it wasn't like a real thing, and I'm just like, damn, that would be cool. Like, oh, know what they should do, and then they like give their opinion. That's what I thought it was, because it was just on in the background. I didn't realize.
They've also announced some directors. Let me pull up the
more people
full
for me
article
not to know.
From StarWars.com. You're gonna edit out this waiting.
Am I?
Who knows?
The
Depends how much time this takes.
The answer is
I
probably won't.
Okay. Yes. Dave Filoni, who's gonna direct the first episode. You know who Dave Filoni is?
Nope.
He was in charge of the Clone Wars and the Rebels TV show, and is producing Resistance, and is also signed on as executive producer for The Mandalorian.
I've never watched the Clone Wars or anything.
You need to. They're really good.
I know. I've just seen the non-canon one, apparently.
What? Oh, the 2D one?
The 2D one, yeah.
2D miniseries? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good, too.
That's all I know.
It's been a while since I've watched that, though. I haven't seen it since it was on TV.
I just watched it. It was, like, put together like a movie.
Yeah. All together.
Yeah. So it was, like, an hour and a half.
Yeah. I think that's how long it is altogether.
Yeah.
Deborah Cho is also directing from Jessica Jones. She's directed Jessica Jones.
Nice.
Episode. Rick Famuyiwa directed Dope. Don't know what that is.
Nope, no idea.
Bryce Dallas Howard, who is more known for her acting than her directing, so a lot of people are like curious to see what that's like. And Taika Waititi. You do know who that is, right?
Nope.
He directed a Marvel movie. One that you may or may not remember.
Thor?
But which Thor?
3?
Which is called...
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, yes.
I do remember.
Speaking of space stuff, First Man, which is that movie starring, what's his name?
No, you don't know.
Fuck, what's his name? Oh, what's his name?
I don't know anyone's name.
Ryan Gosling.
Who's
Starring
that? I know the name, but who is he? Like, what? So I can picture him.
Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
Drive.
I don't know that one.
La La Land.
I just can't get his pick. Alright, I'm gonna Google him. I know the name and I know these movies you speak of, except for Drive. But I don't know what he looks like. Okay. Let me look him up.
First Man, they did previews on Thursday, and they grossed 1.1 million in previews, which is pretty good.
Well,
previews. Yeah. And it's projecting. They're projecting that it'll be somewhere between 15 and 18 million on its opening weekend. Nice.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It is a lot.
I did find Ryan Gosling. Yes, I know who that is. Remy, get out of my purse.
Is there any other news anywhere? Let's find out, shall we? Ba-bum-bum-ba.
The only news I saw is that there was a new poster for Fantastic Beasts.
Nice.
And I'm just so excited for that. So I think there's a new trailer, or there's a trailer that I haven't seen yet. That's the only news that I've been thinking about.
Oh.
Just excitement for that.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend's 4th season premiered.
Yeah?
Yeah. The
That's
other
exciting.
day. Don't know when. Newish. Well, they released... Actually, it might have been today. Might have been today that it premiered. But they released today being the 12th. Don't know when this will be uploaded. Should do it fairly soon, so because it'll get dated fast. But they released the music video like either today or yesterday from one of the songs, and I watched it, and it's interesting.
Nice. I don't want to see it because I'm still in season 3.
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. I thought we were in season 3.
No, we're still on 2. It's because season 1 is like twice the size of season 2 and 3.
That's why.
We're near the end of 2 though. Yeah. Marvel's Iron Fist won't return for a 3rd season.
I don't know that show.
Iron Fist? Oh. 1st season sucks, 2nd season's good.
That's rare.
Yeah. Well, it's because the 1st season sucked so much that when the 2nd season happened, they learned from their mistakes. And
yeah, but usually you just don't get another chance.
Yeah, well, it's because of Defenders. It's because it's all that Marvel stuff. So they can afford to have a botched 1st season. And it's not like people didn't watch the 1st season.
Oh, well. That's all that they care about.
Yeah.
As long as you watched it.
Netflix has canceled series Iron Fist after 2 seasons. The streamer announced in a joint statement with Marvel Television on Friday.
Nice.
Statement reads, Marvel's Iron Fist will not return for a 3rd season on Netflix. Everyone at Marvel's Television and Netflix is proud of the series and grateful for all the hard work from our incredible cast, crew, and showrunners. We're thankful to the fans who have watched those 2 seasons. Wait, I'm just now remembering how season 2 ends. It ends on like a cliffhanger. Like they set up a lot of stuff that's now is just gonna hang in the air.
Oh,
mind you, they do have those other series that they can, like tie up some loose ends with, because in the comics, Iron Fist and Luke Cage are like buddy buddy and all. They're heroes for hire. So
maybe.
And some people have been wanting a Daughters of the Dragon TV show or something that would include a couple of the characters from both Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
That's cool.
Yeah. Where are we at with time? How long has it been?
15 minutes.
Yay, 15 minutes. Prince estate demands Donald Trump stop playing Purple Rain at rallies. Huh.
Interesting. That's not really movie news. It's not moose.
What? Hang on. Check out this Avengers Infinity War Bucky Barnes action figure with a disintegrating arm.
What?
I need to see this. Load picture, load. Wait, he has the arm. Now it's gone. Shit. That's cool.
Once.
Like, look, he has the arm. Once what?
It's gonna go away and we can done.
Well, I think they switch out the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Nice.
They probably switch out the arm. Is what it is. Like, because that's what toys do.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on to Google News, see if I can get anything this way. If I can find Google. Oh, there's a... Let's talk trailers. There's a Aladdin teaser that came out. Did you see that?
For what?
For the live action Aladdin?
What?
I gotta show you this now.
Okay, I need to do more research before we start these.
Yeah. That
What?
or I just gotta show you a shit ton of trailers.
I don't watch trailers.
That's a problem.
And it bothers Sarah so much that she tells people that I don't watch trailers.
And it's wrong. It's
It
just...
gets them to tell me to watch trailers.
Okay.
So we're just going to do a
Yeah, we're
trailer
just-
reaction right now.
Yeah.
I can just hold the phone.
Sand.
Sand. Yep.
Lots of sand. And...
It's feeling like Aladdin.
yeah. Some music. What's happening now?
It's black screen.
How about now?
It's a black screen. From Disney!
Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights.
Oh, I see. What's the parrot's called?
What?
What's the parrot called?
I don't remember.
Iago.
Iago?
Something.
Trying to think of the actor's name.
Oh, I don't know that.
Because he has that
Next
annoying
summer.
ass voice. Yeah. Speaking of Will Smith, because Will Smith plays the genie in this.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's an oh no.
Oh.
I want Robin Williams.
He's dead.
I know.
Well, I don't
Well, I
see
like
the
that
reason.
trailer,
Yeah.
and I'll be. And it's playing something else. I will be interested to see that movie. I like Robin Williams as the genie.
Nice.
I met someone named Robin Williams, and they were a girl.
Nice.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, like the actor.
Assume you haven't seen the Glass trailer.
No,
There's a new Aquaman extended trailer.
I've seen clips of that.
It showed like
His costume.
yeah, it's this golden costume. It looks fine, just not on Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Like
well,
he looks weird with it. I think that he needs to like shave the beard first.
I don't
And
think
get
they're
a
gonna do
haircut.
that.
They're not going to, yeah.
I just like. I'm just not excited for any DC movies.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Justice League.
I saw Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I like that movie.
And that was it. I saw Batman vs Superman, and then I saw Suicide Squad, and then I was just done.
Yeah.
And I watched no more.
Wonder Woman's good though.
I've never seen Wonder Woman.
You need to. It's good.
There's a lot of things that I need to see.
There's also a trailer for Pet Sematary based off a Stephen King book.
Another one? It's a remake?
Well, technically, another adaptation, I guess.
Adaptation?
Because if it's based off something, is it really a remake?
Yes. I guess it is. Is this Aladdin a remake? Yes, it is. It's a live-action remake.
But that's like of the movie. This is a live-action adaptation of the book.
So,
as opposed to a remake of the movie that is also an adaptation of the book.
I'd call it a remake.
Okay, I wouldn't.
We can beg to differ. We can watch both and compare.
Let's talk. Oh, here's one. Good Omens. That's a TV show starring David Tennant as like a demon.
Anything
looks
with
cool.
Anything with David Tennant, I'm down. I've watched some weird things because David Tennant was in it. Well, not that weird.
Oh, what do you think is weird?
I don't know. I have never heard of it again. There's this show where David Tennant is a lawyer.
A lawyer?
Yeah.
Is this pre-Doctor Who?
No. This is post-Doctor Who. And he gets this murderer off.
What?
Like off, like the charges.
Yeah.
Not like getting him off.
Anyway. I know, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as much as seeing David Tennant wank off a dude would be visually interesting, I don't think that's what you meant.
Okay, so he gets him off.
Yeah.
He's never lost a case.
Yeah.
He's like winning.
Yes.
So that guy is now loose.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just spoilers, and I don't even know what the show is called.
Okay.
He kills his wife.
Oh, David Tennant's wife.
David Tennant's wife. And then, like, because he's his lawyer, he has to try to get him off, but if he doesn't, like, it's like...
Oh. Oh.
I think...
Isn't that, like, conflict of interest, though?
I don't know.
That would be conflict of interest in real life. Like, he would not
But I don't think that was what it was, but then... Or, like, so they got him off, and then the second best lawyer, who's only lost over one case, is the lawyer of this murderer that murdered his wife, but that's his friend, is the lawyer. Like, I watched one episode. And a lot happened.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, this was all in one episode.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe two. But it was like, I don't even know what the show was called.
It's not Broadchurch.
I don't know.
Because Broadchurch is a detective show, I'm pretty sure. Where he plays like a detective.
No, he was playing a lawyer. Definitely a lawyer.
I need to see Broadchurch.
Well, I like anything with David Tennant.
Yeah. Let's talk about the trailers we saw today.
Yes, we went to the movies today and we saw some trailers.
What was the first one?
X-Men?
Oh, right, Dark Phoenix.
And I'm just like, isn't that the plot of X-Men 3?
Yes. Because it's based off the same comic book, but they fucked it up in X3.
Yeah.
But then they get the guy who wrote X3 to direct this one. Yeah, it's just X3 remake. That's what I'm dubbing it.
X-Men.
Yeah.
You know, and I liked the first three. Like I enjoyed them when I was a kid, and I watched them.
The third one sucks, but
like it made a set. Like it worked.
It worked
in its own context.
Yeah.
And then they made the First Class.
I loved First Class.
And I liked those ones. I liked the new ones. Like all
First
of them.
Class,
except the last one they did.
Apocalypse sucked. I didn't like that either.
It was like...
Because at that point in time, it started to, like, be weird.
Yeah.
Because,
it had its moments that were cool, but...
First Class took place in the 60s.
Yeah.
And then Days of Future Past was 70s. And then Apocalypse was 80s.
Yeah.
But it's still James McAvoy, and it's still, what's his name? Michael Fassbender.
Sure.
And they haven't aged at all, and it's supposed to be 30 years later.
Now, here's the thing. All of a sudden, like, he's in the wheelchair, then he's out of the wheelchair. I was like, what the hell?
Because they have that drug that they can give him.
But I was just like, it feels like a comic book plot that shouldn't be in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, well, it would have been, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel like it fit there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
magic drug.
When I watched that movie, I didn't see that one in theaters. I watched it on Netflix, and I was like, I could not enjoy the movie because I was too infatuated by the fact that he looks the same in the 60s as he does now in the 80s. And now this new one, I think, is supposed to take place in the 90s or 2000s.
And they all look the same because they are the same.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the trailer for this one, and I'm like, you're ruining the fun of being different. A different spin on the same story.
I know, exactly. It's just the same story over again. Same way.
And you could kind of be like, oh, like, they could both be, you know what I mean? Like,
because I think the original comic book had more cosmic space stuff happening.
And it's just like,
but both this and X3 is like on Earth, and it's just, ruined. It's like,
it just ruined. Like, I would have been like down for another X-Men movie, and now I like have no desire to see it because I'm like, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the last one sucked, so then you're doing this. I'm not down for this.
Yeah. What was the next trailer we watched? Arabian. I don't remember.
That one didn't play. I was really hoping to see a Harry Potter trailer, but we did not get one. We saw the trailer for the animated Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, we did see that. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. What did you think of the trailer to that?
I just am not a big fan of the art style.
Really? I think the art style is beautiful.
Well, like, I think it's cool and different, but then I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it has to go.
Because it's CG, or?
I don't know. I was just sort of, like, wasn't paying attention to the content and more to the art style.
Because it's too good?
I don't know, because, like, I've never seen anything from that before.
Yeah, it's pretty
I've heard
original
a couple,
kind
like,
of style.
No, like, about the movie. I didn't really know. I thought it was a show, to be honest.
No, it's a movie.
Well, like, that's how much I knew. I knew it was animated, and I knew it had Miles Morales in it. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
So I was a bit thrown. First of all, it's a movie. Second of all, there's, like, all sorts of Spider-Man in this one.
Yeah, because it's
and
called
then there's,
Into
like,
the
peg,
Multiverse.
And I'm like, what the heck is that?
You've never heard of Spider-Ham? Peter Porker, Spider-Ham.
I just know from The Simpsons, you know?
Yeah, that's
Spider-Pig. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's actually a character. Because comic books are weird, there's a million different universes.
Yes, I know, but I've never read a comic book.
Yeah, okay. But there's a universe where they're all animals.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man is Spider-Ham. Peter Porker.
I like it. I'm just saying, I was thrown for a loop, and then I'm like, this art style is weird. Why is there a pig? I thought this was a TV show, so that's all I was thinking during this trailer. So maybe, like, on the second viewing, I'd be more into it, but it was like, I was just, like, thrown.
You do know of Spider-Gwen, though, right?
Well, I know who Gwen Stacy is. I didn't know that, but I'm like, that was easy to be like, okay.
That's an alternate universe where Gwen Stacy became Spider-Girl, I guess.
But I was like, oh, that's cool. I'd actually like to see something with that that's not just this cartoon. You know, like,
I think there's
a lot of information.
Her current name in the comics is, like, Ghost Spider. Because she's also, like, in a new animated show. Or I don't know if it's a TV show or a movie, but it's, like, called Marvel Rising or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I was just thrown for it. It's not like the style was bad. But I was kind of thinking...
You're just confused, overwhelmed.
Yeah, and I was also thinking that it looks like, kind of like, or it's now, like, reminding me of the Lego Batman idea, where it's like, yeah, you have, like, the, like, adult movies, and then you have, like, the kids movie. Oh. That's just sort of the feeling I was getting.
This is because of the whole Marvel... Sony deals. Sony can't really make another live-action Spider-Man without Marvel's involvement.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to capitalize on their investment a little more.
I understand, and I think it's cool that we're seeing all these different Spider people.
Yeah.
But I'm just also like, I don't know.
Yeah.
These were just my
more
initial
on that later, though.
reaction thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah,
more on that
later.
Stay tuned.
There was other trailers.
We only saw like 3 trailers.
Yeah, there was 3, but there was
a third one.
Before the trailers actually started, there was an ad for the Purge TV show.
Yeah.
Which was like, huh, okay.
I knew they were making it. Shows. I've only seen like 1 Purge movie, and it was not the first one.
Oh.
But it was like they killed like they're trying to kill like
I've
a
also
senator.
Only seen one. I've only seen the first one.
I'd watch him.
I want to see him.
I'll see him someday.
We'll commentary him.
Maybe.
Yeah. We will. I've made that a rule. Because we're going through like a shit ton of Blumhouse stuff, so.
Like, yeah, sure. I was just saying, like, in case we don't get to it for some reason.
Do it.
We'll do it. Who are we kidding?
What was that other? Was it a super? It wasn't just another super.
It wasn't memorable, I guess.
It was Sony something, I thought.
Sony.
Yes, because that was Columbus Pictures.
I know. I'm just saying. Sony. What else is Sony?
What?
Robin Hood.
Oh my God, Robin Hood. That looked horrible.
I've seen another trailer for that.
Yeah.
Because I went to the movies last Friday too. Yeah.
It still looks bad.
And that other trailer was better.
Yeah.
But this one they opened with just the acters talking, but it was like with French subtitles because we're in Canada. It's like,
and I was like, hey Cineplex goers, make sure to check out our movie. I'm Jamie Foxx and this is Robin Hood. Check out Robin Hood in theaters.
And it was like the cheapest thing ever.
Yeah,
it was like poor quality,
poor ass quality.
And the guy's
it's like filmed on a phone or something.
And he's like reading a prompter.
Yeah,
which I'm like whatever, but like sometimes they show like interviews or whatever with them, and they're a little better. But this one was
the interviews are usually the pre-show.
I know, but this was right before the
trailer.
This
was in the freaking trailers.
In the trailer.
Yeah,
and it was just such a quality drop.
I know, because we watched Dark Phoenix and then the trailer, and it's like what?
Yeah, it was not a good mix of things.
It's just, why do we need Batman Begins but Robin Hood?
Yeah. And I'm like, they're out of ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure
they've made like a Robin Hood movie for like every 2-3 years, it seems.
Yeah, I was going to say,
we don't need another Robin Hood movie.
It's not that interesting of a story.
I remember, and when I was watching the trailer, I was like thinking, we've seen all these Robin Hood movies, but we haven't seen one that's a modern day retelling yet.
Yeah,
or even like a futuristic retelling or something like that. But like it's just the same shit over and over again.
It reminded me of Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah,
where it's just like they just added more violence.
Well,
to
Snow White and the Huntsman was fine. I liked the second one though, the Huntsman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it was more or less a more original story.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for feeling where it's like they took like a fairy tale and just like violence. That's just sort of the idea.
Except they've done that already with Robin Hood.
And it's just like violence.
They've like done it a million times because there was that Gerard Butler version.
I don't know. I've never seen a Robin Hood movie except for that one with the fox, the cartoon fox.
Yeah, the Disney one.
I like that one. That's all we needed.
We need to watch Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Sure.
We are men. We're men in tights. Sorry.
Sure, we can watch that.
Okay. So. We went to see a movie.
Yes.
What did we see, Kaden?
We saw Venom. And we did not talk about our thoughts about the movie until just now. So, Sarah Hazen, what did you think about the movie?
What did I think about a movie? First, before we get into that, so Metascore is 35. I said earlier it was like a 30 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Let me double check that. Fact check that. Yeah, it's 30 on Rotten Tomatoes, like exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not doing well critically.
Yeah. But what did you think?
I think it got 80 million opening weekend. I'm trying to double check that. 'Cause that sounds weird. Venom opening weekend. It was the October record. Like, it beat the record for a movie in October for opening weekend.
Well, nice. But what did you think about
Yeah,
it?
80 million. An 80 million opening weekend. I thought it was fine.
Yeah?
Those of you... It's directed by Ruben Fleischer, who is director of Zombieland.
Okay. I've seen Zombieland.
Yeah. I think that's all of interest, really. Oh, 2 episodes of Santa Clarita Diet. Cool. Yeah, that's all that substantial. And of course, starring Tom Hardy, was good in the movie. I like Tom Hardy's. I liked him more when he was like crazy, acting crazy.
Yeah, that
he
part
was really
was
good at that, and like he didn't have much of a character before, except that he's a journalist who always wants to figure out the truth, and then he ruins his life.
Yeah. Oh, and full spoilers. We're just gonna
not yet. We'll do non-spoiler, then we'll go into spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. It was good at parts. It was funny at parts where it probably wasn't supposed to be. I thought the Venom face when it was like on Tom Hardy, that was like weird looking, very creepy.
Like when it's like split?
No, when it was like on Tom Hardy's body, but it was like the Venom face, like the first few times we saw Venom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When we did Venom, like the character, I thought they did really good. He sounded like Venom. He looked like Venom, except for the spider symbol that wasn't there.
Well, that makes sense.
Which makes sense in the context of the movie.
Yeah.
Because no Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he did that classic Venom like run too that I really liked, like crawl run sort of thing. So what did you think?
Well, I liked it. I enjoyed the movie. There was just some things about it that was like, okay. I really liked Venom, like in the chase scene, like as a superpower, like that ability. Yeah. Like, I know he's not controlling it, but like the way they did that, and that looked really cool. And I'm like, that would be awesome. Like, I know it's not really like a superpower or whatever. Yeah. But that's just what I was thinking. I'm like,
I mean, it kind of is, but
it's kind of not. You know what I mean? Like it's like a creature, but
whatever.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
and I just thought that was so cool and so versatile. Where you think it wouldn't be that
and it's
interesting, but it was.
And it makes sense instead of because those would have just been webs if it was like offshoot of Spider-Man, because that's what it is in the comics, I'm pretty sure. But because no Spider-Man was in it,
and it was just him moving his body. It was just like really cool,
it was just like tentacles sort of thing.
Yeah, but it was just the goop that is Venom.
Could be in a hentai video.
Well, that's not what I was thinking.
I'm sure there is one.
Yes, probably. But like, I enjoyed it, but there was just a few things. But I think they're more spoiler things.
Yeah, it actually like reminded me kind of the. It felt like Solo in the sense that it was a fun ride, but it was also like. It had those moments that were like, you got nobody, Han Solo, kind of cringy moments. There are a couple of those.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It could have just done without.
Yeah.
I also think the villain, not the corporate villain, but like the Venomy villain. He was kind of convoluted.
Yeah, a little bit.
Full spoilers now. Let's
Okay.
get into that. Speaking of, so it started out with, I feel like they could have like streamlined the villain's plot a bit more, because like it started out spaceship crash, okay, one survivor, okay, one of the symbiotes is missing, okay,
Like that's
all you need.
That was all fine.
That's all you need to show. You don't need to show the Korean paramedic getting attacked by the Venom.
I didn't mind that part so much, but the thing is, she went into the Venom thing. I don't remember what it was called. Went into that old lady.
Yeah.
And then it cut to 6 months later, and he was still in the same lady.
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, to me, I think
Or...
that first act, like, it was way too long from the beginning to when Tom Hardy finally got the Venom.
And then it was just sort of too quick. He had Venom for like one day, and then he's all of a sudden like, I'm gonna change my allegiance, and I like you because you're a loser. But he doesn't know him at all.
Right, yeah.
It's 1 day or 2 days, like maximum, from the beginning he meets him until he decides that. But and it was just like too fast, too quick, and I'm like, it didn't make sense.
Yeah, but like, what they could have done is they could have like not shown the Korean lady. All they needed to do was say, "Oh, there was a astronaut survivor, okay. Oh, one of the symbiotes is missing, okay." And then show the Venom showing up at the airport and like do an eye thing on some random person.
Yeah.
That's all you needed to do.
Yeah.
But instead they had this whole convoluted plot where first it's the Korean paramedic, then it's the Korean old lady, and then it's this little kid.
And then the thing about the main character, Eddie,
was played by Tom Hardy.
Was I liked him when he was being crazy.
Yeah.
But when he was being a reporter, I didn't like, because he was kind of mumbly and like reading off his notes, which I guess is part of the character.
Yeah.
But to me, it just looked like he forgot what he was supposed to say.
Oh.
Like, and I know that's not what they meant, and I know that's not what they were going for, and he didn't forget what he was supposed to say.
Oh. Like the actor, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So it sort of takes me out a few times, but then I'm like, no, he's playing someone someone that's like mumbly and reading their notes.
Yeah.
But that just to me was a little bit of, it's not a bad thing, it's just something that stuck out to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought all the horror-y kind of stuff was cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good visuals. Venom was nice. I said that already. But
the design of Venom was fantastic. It looked fantastic.
And just all the kind of creepy little ways it came out. The only thing is when it came out and was like the head talking to Eddie, that looked a little weird.
But I think they just needed a good way to show that. And that was the best way you could think of. But I think it would have been okay in the mirror.
Yeah. Or
like
if they
did that once with the car, but I figured if they did that every time that it was them talking, that would have been more thematically appropriate than like this weird head.
Or we didn't even really need to see him because we already were hearing him. So
I know.
I don't think we needed to see him like look at Eddie. Or at the very least, he could have just like half-faced it or something.
In a mirror or something. I don't know. I think it would have been okay to do that, but I get what you mean. It's just like, that was the only part that was like... Yeah. The one thing, too, with it being like too fast, so it was really slow.
I thought it was fine, the pacing after that, but it was like super slow at the beginning, but once it picked up, it was fine, in my opinion.
I just mean from in terms of the story making sense.
Yeah.
He was all like...
Well, I kind of disagree, because like it can happen.
I'm just saying, like, he was all, like, horrified about the Venom, and then all of a sudden he's like, mask, and, like, wants the Venom there. But that was, like, a matter of 2 hours.
I think that was more, well, people were chasing him, though.
But that's what I was thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was, like, horrified and stuff, and I'm just like, he's known this guy, like, 1 day. And that's just kind of thought I kept happening. It's not meaning the movie's bad, it's just the way I was thinking about it during the movie.
What did you think of female Venom and becoming like a girl
I thought
Venom?
that was funny.
That was cool, yeah.
I thought that was fun. I liked that a lot.
Yeah. I think in the comics she becomes Venom for a bit.
Yeah.
The character.
I liked that. I thought that was a cool touch.
Yeah. What did you think of Carlton Drake as a villain? Played by Riz Ahmed.
The doctor guy?
Yeah, the Life Corporation guy.
Yeah. I think that worked. I was just thinking, because, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I want to say. It's just so scary, the thought that there's crazy people out there that are like, you know what I mean, pharmaceutical trials and stuff. It's all like, oh, because it's kind of a little bit true.
Yeah.
That's how you get trials participants and stuff. So it was like worked because it's like something that tangibly is scary, like to think about, and a like social issue.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I saw that homeless lady was gone, I'm like, she's gonna be in there. She's gonna be in there. She's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I was like,
didn't think she would have the Venom though. That was interesting.
yeah.
But so what did you think of what was the evil Venom's name? Riot.
Riot, yeah.
Riot.
Well, I thought that worked as a villain.
Yeah, he was fine. I mean, it was also, I guess, the usual cliche of the villain just being a evil version of the hero. Mind you, Venom's already like an evil version of him, an evil person. So like, an even eviler version of the hero.
I think it worked for the movie.
Yeah, and he was like more power. You could tell he was more powerful. Yeah. What did you think of the design though?
I thought it was fine. I thought it worked.
Just like a gray Venom. I thought
but he was like muscular.
Well, he was like the face was slightly different, but like
I
feel like they could have made him look a little different than just Venom.
Maybe.
In my opinion.
Now here's the thing. The thing with the sound.
Yeah.
They set that up so many times that they're vulnerable to sound. They're vulnerable to sound. Yeah. They're vulnerable to sound. I'm like, okay, they're gonna use a sound during the climax. That's
how, like in the original comics, the symbiote attaches to Peter Parker first, and that's how he gets it off. Is like in a bell tower.
Oh yeah, I know, like in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But it's sort of like, I get it. I know you're gonna use this at the climax. I get it.
Yeah.
These are just my thoughts during the movie. Doesn't mean the movie's bad or anything. I'm just saying.
Well, I guess to me, I already knew that was the weakness of the symbiote. So
yeah. Well, I didn't know anything.
I was just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the thing in the situations where that kept happening, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I guess the only time they didn't need to show it is on the one guy. They didn't need to show him becoming like on the homeless guy where they did it in the lab. Like, you don't need to show us that.
Yeah.
It's probably
just like again and again and again and again and
that's again. The only one that was like kind of a little excessive.
Yeah.
But because the other times were both mostly just MRIs.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Now, I got confused during the final fight.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching it, and I don't know if it was just I got confused because there's so much moving on the screen.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that the guy was inside Riot.
Oh?
Because I saw him fall, and then all of a sudden Riot's there. I didn't see them because we didn't see them go back together.
Well, we saw that Riot was almost there, so I think
I think I missed that. So I was confused, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
we saw that the symbiote was like beside him when he was hanging.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so
I missed that. Maybe it's just because it's like 3D and AVX, it's a big screen. Yeah. I missed things. So I was confused then, but I did think it was cool when they all sort of merged together.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of confusing to me.
That was confusing.
I was like, what?
And yet cool visual.
Yeah,
I want to look up screen caps kind of deal where it's like I'm confused but I want to see this because this sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's like also like weird.
But that's okay to be weird.
Yeah. Let's talk about the mid-credit scene. with Tom Hardy going to interview Cletus Cassidy, who in the comics is Carnage.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you said there's going to be a lot of Carnage, I'm like, oh, I know that name. Yay! Yeah. I know something. Because that's all I know, the names of some of the symbiotes.
What about that wig on Woody Harrelson, though?
He kind of looked like a clown.
He looked so bad in it. Like, it would have been better if they just, like, dyed Woody Harrelson's normal hair red instead of putting on, like, that long red wig.
Or got someone who is red-haired.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of harder because it's a dying breed, but... But still, like... Could have just dyed his hair red. They didn't have to put that ugly-ass wig on him.
I feel like I've seen him in other things where he definitely just has a wig on.
Well, he had a wig on in Solo.
He had a wig on in Now You See Me, too, when he plays his twin.
Oh, it's Woody Harrelson who has the... I haven't seen the second one.
Oh, sorry, spoilers!
I know there is a twin in it, though.
Yeah, it's just him in a wig.
I didn't know... I thought it was Jesse Eisenberg character.
No.
I didn't know it was Woody Harrelson.
Yes, it was... And I was just like, this guy's got a thing with wigs, I think. Because there's like...
He wants to be...
He wants to have a full head of hair.
He wants to be Samuel L. Jackson, who chooses his hair for every movie.
But he just doesn't have...
But he's not Samuel L. Jackson.
He doesn't have any hair. He's bald, isn't he?
Samuel L. Jackson?
No, Woody hair.
Well, he has some hair.
Well...
But not a lot, yeah.
Like, he can't really style that. It's just gonna be how it is.
Yeah.
I was just like, ooh, sequel? But I was also like...
Yeah. It is sequel baiting, definitely. But
also, I'm like...
I feel like...
Where did that symbiote come from? Was what I was wondering, like, because I'm like...
Well, there's still time for it to come.
Well, I know there's more symbiotes out there and stuff, but I was like... But, like...
We don't know. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see if they make a sequel.
Well, I think what Sony really, really badly wanted this movie to be a part of the MCU.
And I don't...
But Marvel was like, what?
Yeah.
So I think what they were going to do was we're going to see how well this movie worked.
Yeah.
And then they'll decide whether the Spider-Verse that they're trying to make...
Yeah.
Because they're trying to they're doing this. They're doing what was going to be a Black Cat and Silver Sable movie, but like one movie. Yeah. And now they've split it into two, so now there's a Black Cat movie and a Silver Sable movie for some reason.
I think there's just a lot of characters.
There's a Mobius movie.
And you're saying all these words of names, and I'm like, who?
Starring
Whereas all the
Jared
Marvel
Leto.
movies, I knew all those characters beforehand.
Yeah. I was a bit of a Spider-Man nerd, I guess. So I am familiar with most of these guys myself.
For me, I've never read a comic book.
Yeah. Well, most of these guys are like in the 90s animated show.
I never watched any animated shows.
Oh, yeah.
I watched a bit of Justice League, and I don't know from when. That was about it, because we had a VHS tape of it at my cottage.
The 2000s Justice League, probably.
It looked old.
Unless
I saw a few episodes of that.
Was
it may have
Super
been.
Friends?
It could have been. It looked quite old. And that's what I'm saying. That was my experience with superheroes. Growing up, like, nothing. No shows.
But,
no movies.
Basically, they were, like, trying to see if they could get... They really, really badly wanted this in the MCU, and I think what Kevin Feige eventually said was, like, fine, if it's good, we'll have it in it. If it's bad, we won't.
And it's sort of,
It's okay. It's fine. Would you, if they turned this into an MC, like, retroactively made it MCU, would you want that, or would you want it to be its own thing?
I'm fine with either way. But I would.
Did you think it would fit in the MCU?
Yeah, I was thinking that during the movie. I'm like, all of this could fit in and it not be weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it wasn't like an Earth-ending...
And it wasn't like in New York.
And it wasn't an Earth-ending event.
Yeah.
Where the Avengers should have been called. It was one crazy guy on the loose. Or two crazy guys. Because, like, you know, like...
Yeah.
It was very small story.
Yeah,
it wasn't
remote.
like... which was great because so many of these movies, like the whole galaxy gets erased, and it's like, oh my god, my head's spinning. This one was nice and simple.
Yeah.
Where it was just...
Yeah.
Which was a breath of fresh air. So I wouldn't mind it being worked in a bigger way.
Yeah.
They should have just had in the after credits scene someone getting, like, dusted.
Oh god, no. I want to see...
That's how they could do it.
I want to see this Venom versus Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah, that would be fun.
If a sequel happens, or if this version of Venom appears again, I'd like to see him with that and Carnage in one movie.
As I think that would be good for the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, and then they could, like, have symbiote, like, get off of Tom Hardy for one moment to get onto Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And then he can come back and he'll have the Spidey symbol.
Yeah, something like that. I think it would fit.
Yeah.
And I think it would work. But I would also work not being part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Which would also be quite interesting because Venom is a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
And it would be interesting, to me anyway, to see that character without Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well...
But there should not be another Spider-Man live action. They should not pick someone else and have two concurrent Spider-Mans. So it's either gotta be him, Tom, whatever his name is.
They have full rights to have Tom Holland in these movies because it's technically Sony who still has the rights to Spider-Man, so they can put him in the movies as Tom Holland.
But I'm like, don't go back to what's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
That wouldn't work.
No.
And it would not work with the other guy because we've already seen Venom and that was...
Oh, yeah, of course, Sam Raimi movies. No.
Just go way back. Just have an elderly Spider-Man. I know he's not that old, but like he's not definitely not a high schooler.
40-year-old.
That's elderly for Spider-Man. He gets younger and younger.
He'd be like the animated guy we saw.
Yeah.
Who was like down on his luck looking kind of Spider-Man.
But he was older Spider-Man, definitely.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting to see, but not in this context.
Yeah. They're also going to do a Kraven the Hunter movie.
Again, words I don't know.
But the thing is, Kraven's character, the whole thing about his character is that he wants to hunt Spider-Man.
Right.
And there's like an interview with the guy who's being commissioned to write the screenplay, and he said, oh yeah, Spider-Man's definitely going to be in it. So it sounds like they're going to make this part of like a conjoint twin to the MCU sort of thing.
It's a weird mess of
Which it
movies.
Can work.
It could work, yes.
It's
a comic book movie.
Yeah, because it can be
happen.
like the
multiverse.
Netflix. It can be like how the Netflix shows sort of treat the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
How they don't really affect. They mention and they know they're in the same world, but they don't intertwine at all.
Yeah, and also too, like, those can be the adventures of Spider-Man that like the Avengers don't need to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they're just smaller stories, like not galaxy ending or anything like that.
Speaking about universes,
speaking
about Spider-Man,
oh!
What did you think of the after credits scene, which was just a clip from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
First of all these confusion feelings I felt during the trailer were back. I was like, why the hell is this at the end of this movie?
Yeah, because they say, meanwhile, in another universe, and then it's just a clip from Into the Spider-Verse.
And he's literally, carrying Peter Parker's corpse.
Well, unconscious body.
But corpse enough for a children's movie. It's corpse
enough that the police thought it was a corpse.
But I'm like, why is he there? Why is there a tombstone with Peter Parker? But these were not whys of... Ooh, I want to see it to see how these plays out. These were whys as, why the hell is this the clip you're choosing to show us?
Yeah, it's like, you could have done anything. You could have, shown, Tom Hardy running into Tom Holland at, the Daily Bugle or something.
Something.
Instead, you frickin' show, meanwhile, in another universe,
It's just like another movie. It's not related to this movie at all.
Yeah.
It should be at least live action.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Even if they put a Marvel movie clip in there instead, that would have made more sense to me because they're both live action.
Yeah, like a clip from the upcoming Far From Home Spider-Man.
Anything would have made more sense. Like, it makes sense. It's a Sony movie, but in the context of the story, like of the aesthetics and everything, it just was like, what?
I know.
And I was just like, this is not a clip that introduces like a mystery or like Marvel ones usually do, like where you see the Infinity Glove or whatever. This one is like,
yeah, it's
just a clip.
Just an ad. It's just trying to get you into the seats of their next Spider-Man movie.
But it's a bad ad because it doesn't make any sense because it's completely out of context.
And completely different medium.
And I'm just watching this like, why? I don't want to see this.
It's not the first time a movie made the mid or end credit scene an ad. Like, the last...
Well, they're all kind of an ad.
Well, yeah, kind of. But but like a legitimate ad. Like, the last Purge movie had an ad for the TV show.
Well, at least
in the mid-credits.
But at least...
But it's still the Purge! And it's still live action! If they showed, like, an animated Purge TV show, it would be... Or movie, it would be like, what the fuck is this shit?
And it was just, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, why is there Peter Parker's gravestone? Why is he there? I know this is the multiverse, but are they all mixed in right now? Or is there a Peter Parker in his world? But these are not...
Because Miles Morales is in the Ultimate verse, basically.
I get that, but it doesn't make sense.
And Peter Parker died in that universe.
Well,
and this is like the Earth 616, which is like the main universe Spider-Man. I think. But mind you, it's not a comic book, it's a TV show, so it's still probably different universes.
It was just...
I don't know the anime Spider-Man. That's the one from the trailer that I was like, who is you?
It made me want to see that movie less.
Oh?
It didn't make me want to see it more.
It made me want to get out of the theater so I can watch that in the freaking movie. As opposed to just... Yeah, I sat there hoping there would be something. But it just kept going on, too. It was like a full scene.
Long.
It was a full scene as opposed to like just like a small little clip. It was like a good 2-3 minutes.
It was ridiculous. It was, and it just was like, I'm like, this is just it was like an ad, which made me want to see it less because it's like they're just trying to like.
They're trying too hard.
They're trying too hard. This doesn't fit here. It's not like, ooh, there's a Venom in that, and so like at least there's that or something.
Yeah,
no,
but
nothing.
No. And like, it was the same feeling I had when they kept playing the commercials before the trailers.
Yeah.
Like, we only had 3 trailers because they showed like 6 or 7 commercials.
Why, because I go to the movies, do you think I'm going to buy a car? An SUV, nonetheless. I don't understand.
That was a good commercial, though.
Oh, with the dog?
With the dog on the boat.
With the canoe? Yeah,
that was fun.
But
anyway, I was still, like, thinking, come on, show me I was like, come on, hurry up and finish so I can watch some ads. And then at the end of the movie, I was like, come on, hurry up and finish so I can go home.
Yeah.
And say I've watched it. I was more just hoping there would be another clip related to Venom afterwards, but there wasn't.
That was it.
That was it.
So it was disappointing because and I was just like, this is not making me want to go see this movie. This is making me mad that I've waited through all these names to see something unrelated to the movie I just watched.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So now that we're angry.
Yeah. Do we have a Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, considering this is our first podcast, we probably don't have any people tweeting us yet.
No.
But tweet us your questions.
Yeah.
And we'll answer them. And that'll be our last segment of the podcasts.
But we don't have any questions.
But we don't have questions now. Here's a question. How you doing today? I don't know. That's a question.
Are you asking me or asking
yes,
them?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I'm fine.
That's good.
It's a Friday today, so it's always good.
Yeah. How are we doing for time?
Hour and 5.
That's good. Okay, so
The dog is snoring.
thank you to listening to this thing we did.
Our podcast.
This is 'Cause We Can Podcasts. I was Sarah Hazen Basque.
I was Kaden.
Like, share, subscribe if this is on YouTube. I don't know what this is on. Probably will be. Yeah. So like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Check out our website, which is...
I don't know.
What?
I don't know the URL, so just go in the description, or you might watch this on the website, and you're already there. Look at that.
Check out our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Follow our Facebook page. Follow our Twitters. I don't know. Can you like Twitter? I don't tweet.
You can like the tweets and follow the tweeter.
Yeah. The tweeter.
The person who's tweeting.
You tweet on Twitter and you twit on Twitter. Yeah. Do we have any other social medias?
Not yet.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
We did say this was 'Cause we can, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Bye.